Hi everyone, a very good evening. So it's 7 day class, but before starting the bootcamp 7 day, I want to tell you about position in CSS. In previous class we stuck, so I want to show like why we are stuck in that, why our image is not reflecting on our web page. So there's a small issue that I come to know. Let me tell you as well. Okay, first let me open my web page. Okay, now I'm going to take one image of CSS. Here we have our images. Let me copy this one only. Copy image address. Now what I'm going to do, here I'm going to take image tag, and inside image I'm going to use source attribute. As we all know, for showing the image we are going to use source attribute. And inside source attribute, whatever the copy image address, I'm going to paste it here. Let me save this. The height of the image is so big, so let me fix it out by using the height attribute. It should be 20 pixel. It's so small, let me make it 40 pixel. 60 is fine. Okay. Now in previous class what happened, when we are using style, and in style when we are using position fixed, what is going to happen? So inside position fixed, let me save this file. Now my image not get disappear, but in previous class it is not visible to us. What is the reason behind that? Let's suppose, for example, if we have a lots of p tag, let me take random and copy this only and paste it like 4-5 times. The same p tag I'm going to paste it here after the first p tag. Okay, let me save this. Now when I go below, now I'm not able to see the image. Image is here only, but due to the lots of content, due to the bigger web page, we are not able to see that image. For that we are going to set some position, like some top and right, like image is there but it's not visible to us. So for that what we are going to do, we are going to write top, and it should be 20 pixel. Let me save this. Now you can see we are seeing the image. Now what happened, when we are giving top, you can give right left as well, it's up to you. Now what this position fix will do, like in CSS we have positioning that allow you to control the placement of HTML element on a web page. So as I already told you, there are 4 main types of position. First one is fixed, static, relative and absolute. So this is a fixed position of image. So what fixed position do? So position related to the viewport, meaning it remains fixed even when the page is scrolled. Let me show you. I'm scrolling out the page but my image is fixed in that position only. So if you want to make your image fixed while you are scrolling your content, whatever the text you are writing, for that you can use position fixed. Now in this way we have another position also. You can use it in external CSS as well. For example, if you don't want to use it here, Let me copy this only. Let me remove this from here. Height 60 pixel is fine. Now I don't want to use inline CSS. Here also I'm not able to see, here I'm able to see the image because we have a height of 60 pixel. Okay, because when we use the position property, on that time we are not able to see the image. So here in style attribute, what tag we have? We have an image tag. Okay, 1 minute. We have an image tag, and here I am going to write image. This is our selector, and here we are going to give property and value. What property we are going to use? Position property. And what position we are going to give? Fixed position. Now when I save my file, it's not visible because of viewport of a web page. Now let me give some top as 20 pixel. It's up to you wherever you want to give. If you want to give left side, so by default it's showing on the left side, and if you want to do on a show this image on the right side, for that you can use the right property. Now what happened? It's working same as an inline CSS work. Now you can scroll your content, but image is fixed in its position only. So in this way you can use position fixed. Now you can understand what position fixed means. It remains fixed even when the page is scrolled. Now next we have a position static. So static, this is the default positioning, like elements are positioned according to the normal flow of the document. Let me show you. If I do static, so it's going in a normal flow like a content is going. Look, it's here only. Static, by word itself we can understand it should be static in its position, or we can say this is the default positioning of CSS. Now next what we have, a position relative. So position relative means to its normal position. It allows you to shift an element from its normal position without affecting the layout of other element. Now what I am going to do here is that position relative. Let me save this. Now it's not affect my other element. It allows you to shift an element from its normal position without affecting the layout of other element. In this way we have another CS, that is absolute. What is the, sometime in interview they can ask you what is the difference in interview or in any, for example if you are learning CSS from the basic, on that time they can ask you what is the difference between relative and absolute. So the main difference is that position relative is work to its normal position, like it allows you to shift an element from normal position without affecting the layout of other element. But if we are talking about absolute, so position relative to its closest position ancestor, that is an ancestor other than static. If no ancestor is position, it's position relative to the initial containing block. Let me show you. So this is a position absolute. Now you can see we have an ancestor, so that it's come here. So position absolute relative to its closest position ancestor, that is an ancestor other than static. If no ancestor is position, it's position relative to the initial containing block. So we can use absolute position like this, and we can shift it. Like for example, if you want left side, right now it is on left side, right side of 50 pixel, you can shift it like that. So these are the basic of CSS positioning. Depending on your layout needs, you can use this position technique to create complex page layout. Now one more thing that I want to tell you, that is about media query. How can you make your page responsive for something, when you see like your page is responsive, like in phone view it's looking perfect or not. For that you can use media query. Let me give you the basic idea of that as well. For example, let me show you here. You have to open and inspect. Let me make it bigger. Now for opening this, you have to click on inspect. Okay, inside inspect you get this option, desktop view, And here you can see when we increase and decrease our size, it should be responsive. Like when I'm increasing, it should take a proper width of the text, and if I'm decreasing also, then also it take a proper width. And we can see lots in iPhone SE how it will look good or not. So on the basis of that, we will apply media query. If we apply media query, then we can arrange, like in like phone, if we have a 600 pixel and down to that, so that it will look like this. On the basis of giving some sizes in pixel, we will apply media query to our web page. Let me show you how can we do that. We can use @media. Here we can use only screen, and for desktop we can use max width, and for phone view we can use min width. So here max width, we have a max width of 600 pixel because we want to see on a desktop. And let me give some background color as well. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, for giving background color, we have to select some selector. Here we want to select a whole body. Okay, sorry for that. Inside body, I want to give background color light blue. Okay, now you are not able to see the background color. Reason behind is that it is applicable only for seeing the media query, like it's responsive or not. Let me split it out. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on inspect, and here we have already we choose this desktop button. Let me increase it only so that you are able to see. Okay, remove this phone SC. You have to click on this responsiveness so that you can see responsive. Okay. Now we are not getting the color. Why it's happening? Already we apply background color. Why we are not getting? Let me check this as well. Okay, let me check. Style.css is already there. Okay, let me refresh this page once again. Okay. You need background color as well. Okay, we'll tell you later on why it's not applicable light blue. No need to worry about that. I will tell you later on. Now, after that, after you can understand how can we use position property, we have a 4 position: static, fixed, absolute, and relative. Then we have some meter queries, like how we can apply. This is the only way we can apply meter query. Now, this background color is not applicable. What is the reason behind that? I will tell you later on. And if you want to use meter query for phone view, for that you can use 600 pixel, like max width you can use 600 pixel for phone view, or for desktop view. For desktop view you can use max width, and if you want to use for tablet and large phone, for that you can use 600 pixel and up. So min width should be 600 pixel, like that. And if you want to use medium devices like landscape, tablets, for that you can use 768 pixel and up. And if you are using large devices like laptops, desktop, and more than that, so for that you can use 992 pixel and up. So in this way you can apply meter query. Then if there is extra large devices, then you can use 1200 pixel and up. So it's up to you which pixel you want to use. After the basic of CSS, now we are jump into the JavaScript. So the first question is, what is JavaScript? No need to worry about that. I will tell you why this background color is not applicable. I will tell you later on. So because I also not getting come to know like why it's happening. So later on I will tell you. While explaining JavaScript, I will tell you why it's happening. Now for explaining JavaScript, let me remove this. Now you get a basic idea of CSS. How can you make structure using HTML and how you can apply CSS on it. You have a basic idea about all those things. Now we are jumping into JavaScript. So let me remove this and comment it out for a while. Now here we have a some p tag. Okay, let it be. Now the first question arises in our mind when we are learning JavaScript. What is JavaScript? So JavaScript is a scripting language for the web, as it is used along with HTML and CSS for website development. Generally, JavaScript is used in website for client-side interaction, but it can also be used in the backend servers. With the help of JavaScript, we can change the content of the web page dynamically, and I will show you how you can change the content dynamically on the client's browser, which involve less server-side interaction, and the web page load fast and provide better user experience. JavaScript is very essential for every web developer, as it is the third pillar in the web development, used along with HTML and CSS. HTML is used to define the structure of a web page, where CSS is used to styling the layout design to the web page, as you already know. And then we have a JavaScript. So JavaScript brings life to the web page, which means all the functionalities, animation, navigation, button click are handled using JavaScript. It is used to build interactive web pages. Let me show you with a practical example so that when you are applying on your web page, then it is helpful for you. For example, we have a Facebook login web page. Now here you get a button of login and sign up. So when you click on it, for example, when you are clicking on a sign up for Facebook, you navigate to the sign up page. This is handled by JavaScript only. And here, how can you fill the name? JavaScript only handle first name you can write, and then after here you can choose male or female. This is also handled by JavaScript. And we have a lots of button. Here we have only 2 button. After filling this these field, email address or phone number, then password, then when you click on the login button, if you fill the correct email address or correct password, then you will navigate to your Facebook web page. So in this way, these all things handled by JavaScript only, which button work in what way. So we can say that JavaScript is the most important language for front-end and back-end developers. Apart from using JavaScript with HTML and CSS, we can also use it with JavaScript framework like Node.js for APIs. We can use with React.js also. After it, when you want to learn any extra languages, so for example, if you want to learn any library, so you can go with React.js. So JavaScript can also be used for cross-platform mobile application development with the help of React Native framework developed by Facebook, which means you can create application for Android and iOS with the same JavaScript code. There are plenty of other framework available for development, like we have a Angular, Vue.js, and there are a lot more. So now you can understand what is JavaScript. Now the question arises, how to include JavaScript into my HTML page. So how can we do that? As we all know, for implementing CSS, we are adding this link file here in HTML page only. We are linking the CSS file to our HTML page, and we are applying style, whatever the style we want to apply for particular tag. In styles.css, we are using that style. We are applying that CSS for that particular element. So in the same way, we are going to include JavaScript code into our HTML page. So in HTML page, JavaScript code is enclosed inside script tag. Script, S-C-R-I-P-T, script tag. Anything written inside this tag will be considered as a JavaScript code. We can place the script tag anywhere inside our HTML code, but generally we place them inside the head of a document. For example, here we have a head tag. Inside that we can put script tag, and here we can write a JavaScript code. Whatever the code you want to write, here only you can write. Now, before writing the code, let me explain you some basic things so that it's easy for you. Now, there are some comments in JavaScript. Like while programming, comments are written generally before or after the beginning or ending of the code to explain what that particular code does. So I already explained you there are two types of comment: single line comment and multi-line comment. So most of the time we use comment while debugging the code. If we have an error inside our program, we comment out that particular portion of the code, which is more like right now I do. For example, it is not working. So what I did, I just comment it out. After that, if I find some bugs inside that, on that time I do uncomment as well. Instead of removing the code, you can use comment. Why it's not working, sometime what you are doing, you just remove the code from here. So instead of removing, you can do comment it out and ask like why it's not working. After doing, then you get a solution for it and you can correct it and run it again. So comment is the best way, because while commenting the code, it will not showing on your browser what you did. So I will show you single line of comment. For example, if you want to add a comment, a single line of comment, for that you can use forward slashes, double forward slashes to start a single line of comment. Anything written after this will not be interpreted by the interpreter in JavaScript. You can write anything, it will not going to reflect on your web page. Here we are going to learn about JavaScript. Let me save this, and it will not reflect on our web page. Let me refresh this as well. The CSS part is already reflecting. Let me save this file. You can see this dotted. When it will not show, it means your page is safe. Now you can see. Okay, now it's working fine, and we are not able to see the JavaScript comment part, the single line comment. Now if you like, suppose this is called a single line comment. Let me write it down as well. Single line comment. How can you use multiple line comment? For writing multiple, as a name suggests, this comment are used to when commenting on multiple lines. We use one forward slash, and this we called asterisk. Okay, in previous class I don't know the name of this symbol. Now I come to know this is asterisk, and in the same way you can end with an asterisk, then you can give a forward slash. Now you can, in between you can write a multiple line of comment. Line of comments. You can write any number of line. Okay, but here you cannot do like this. In forward slash here, if you write, it will going to reflect. You can see it is not coming in a green line. So this is called multiple line of comment, and this is called single line of comment. Now you can got the difference in both. So this is the basic thing before learning JavaScript I want to tell you. Now next we have, because while teaching if you don't know these things, so it's difficult for me to explain you. Now next we have a data types. So in data types, what are data types? Let me write it here only. Okay, data types, the important topic. Okay, just like every other programming language, JavaScript also have primitive data types. As the name suggests, data type define the type of the data stored. Data could be as a number, string, boolean, object, etc. in JavaScript. What is number data type? The first word I use, number data type. Data type means what type of data it is. For example, if you have a data like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, any number, it's 32, 44, any number. So what is called? It is called number data type. Number data type, as the name suggests, data is of numeric type like 5, 10. It should be in decimal as well, 1, 2, 3.56, etc. Okay. So that is called number data type. So it's easy for you to know, no need to explain me this further on. Number data type, the value is numeric type. And if I'm saying string data type, string means the data type are alphabetical character. Okay, string means the data type are alphabetical character and stored with double or single quotes. What is double or single quotes? For example, if you have to write any name, Neha. So it is in coming in a double quote, and you can write it like in a single quote as well. No difference in it. You can use anything. If you write double quotes, so you can go with that, and if you like single quotes, then you have to go with that. But if you write like this, then it is not a valid. It is not as a string data type. So you don't have to use like this. If you want to use any string, any value that is in alphabetical character, for that you have to use quotes. It should be single quotes or it should be double quotes. Both are fine. Then next what we have a boolean data types. This is very important. Now you can understand what is number data type. Number data type by name suggests it should be of numeric type value. Numeric type like 10, 5, any number. And then we have a string data type. String data types are alphabetical characters stored within double or single quotes. Like we have any name, anything, not only name, you can write anything. If it is in an alphabetical character, for that you can use string data type. Now next we have a boolean. Boolean data types, what does it mean? It's mean the data type are value in the form of true or false. Now why here also we are going to use true or false? Because JavaScript where we are going to use logic. And if our logic goes wrong, so for that we are going to use false. And if our logic is correct, so for that we are going to use true. For example, we have a number 4 and we are checking it. 4 is a string. So is it true? No, it's not true. It's a number. So in that case, we get false. So for that purpose, we are going to use this boolean data type, whether our value is true or false. I will tell you also by showing the practical example. No need to worry. Now you have to just understand. So these 3 things you have to make sure and keep in your mind. We have a number data type in which we are going to use number. Then we have a string. Inside string we are going to use alphabetical character, and it should be in a double quotes and or a single quotes. Both are correct. Then we have a boolean. Boolean basically tells true or false. Okay, so these simple things you have to just keep in your mind. Now next what we have after data type, we have a variables in JavaScript. Okay, so variables are used to storing data value, or variable must have a data types. Now you have to store this value somewhere else now, so for that we are going to use variables. We have, with the help of keywords, we are going to use some variables, keywords. So the first keywords, we have a var. Var is a short form of variable. For example, var, and you can give any name. Here I am going to assign var a equal to, here I want to give number data type 10. You can assign a value, so it means a have a value 10, and for assigning this value we are going to use this var keyword. Okay, got my point? Var is a keyword for declaring variable, and we have a variable name a and its value is 10. Okay, now for declared a variable, we are using the keyword var, which is used for declaring variable globally. The name we have kept for this variable is a, which has been assigned a numeric value of 10. With the help of assignment operator, that you say equal to, this is a assignment operator. Variable names are referred to as identifiers. The name of a variable can be a alphanumeric, which means variable name share, let me share you, it should be, for example, here the name should be Ram. Okay, so variable name should be a string as well. Okay, and if you don't put string, if you put like that, then it will generate an error. It's not a number, it's a string value, so for that you can use quotes. So it is highly recommended that you should use a lower camel case for creating your variable and function, because of naming convention. Like for example, if you use number here first and then you can assign any value, then it will give error. You cannot use number. I will tell you the valid or invalid syntax, no need to worry about that. Let me give number only here. So in this way we can assign value while using the var keyword, that is variable. So let's start first. Now this much explanation is fine, the basic explanation you get. Okay, now you get, we are going to use script here. Let me remove this all. Now here inside, we can use script tag anywhere. Now here, from here I am going to use the script tag, and inside body I am going to use script tag. Let me show you the first program to write text in JavaScript. What I am going to do, I am going to show you. Let me use the single line command. Program to write text in JavaScript. Okay, fine. Here what I am going to use, I am going to use document.write and put this parenthesis and put this double quotes and start new JavaScript string. This is a string, this is not a number. This is what, when it is alphabetical. So what is the data type? Data type is a string. Sorry, let me say this. Let me open my web page side by side. Now you are able to see this new JavaScript string. So we use write method to print something on the screen. You can see document.write. Generally, we don't use JavaScript to write string in HTML. It is used for testing purposes only. Okay. Remember, we don't use JavaScript to write string in HTML. It is just used for testing purposes. Document.write, and we are able to see text on a web page. So in this way, script is basically used for writing JavaScript code. Now you come to know. Now next, after learning how to write text in JavaScript, then we have Then we learn program to overwrite a HTML string with the help of JavaScript. Now what I am going to do, let's suppose inside here we have a body tag. This is a script tag, as you can see. Let me close. This is our script tag. Open it. Inside script tag we have document.write, and here inside a body tag I am going to take h1 tag, and inside h1 tag I am going to write original header. Okay, let me save. Here we have provided a unique, we are provided some unique text as a original header and give unique ID as well, and ID as a heading. Okay, I am giving unique ID to it. So we have provided a unique ID to the heading. Now inside script tag, what I am going to do, I am going to remove this. Let me remove this and let me show you how it's work. Now here I am going to write document dot get element by ID. Get element. So our element is h1, and how we are getting by ID. So we have to give ID name as well. So for that I am going to put parenthesis, and inside parenthesis I am going to use string. So what ID we have? We have a heading. Just give this as a heading. We write document get element by ID. So from element we get ID as a heading. Now here I am going to write dot inner HTML. I will tell you everything. And I want to replace this original header as something else. I want to change it as replace header. Let me write it that only. Replaced header. Okay, let me comment it out for a while, and let me save this so that our new JavaScript text get removed. Now you can see we have a original header inside our body tag. Now I want to replace it, so let me uncomment it out. You can comment it out by directly control or forward slash and uncomment it out in the same way. You can repeat this control and the forward slash. Now this file is not saved. What I am doing here, let me explain you that first. The get element by ID function searches for the ID that has been entered inside the double quotes. Okay. You can see heading. It will search for that. Then with the help of inner HTML, we have overwritten the original string written inside of the h1 tag. So inner HTML generally replace everything written inside a text. Let me save this. Now you can see we get replaced header. So with the help of JavaScript, we can do that. What I am doing here, let me repeat it out so that you can understand. First, we have a h1 tag. Inside h1 tag, we have a original header, and we give ID as a heading. So the get element by ID, as you can see here. Here we have a heading. This function searches for the ID. Okay, it searches the ID and it comes here, heading. And for ID that has been entered inside the double quotes, it will and with the help of inner HTML, we have overwritten the original string written inside of the h1 tag. So inner HTML generally replaces everything written inside a tag. So in this way, whatever text, if you want to replace, you can use document.getElement by ID, and ID should always unique. Now in our case, heading is a unique. We don't have any heading as a class name or anything else. So it can easily search heading and replace it with a inner HTML text right now that we have. Okay. So in this way, whenever you want to write a program to overwrite a HTML string with the help of JavaScript, you can do like this. You can use document.getElement by ID and give some ID and put it in a string and replace it as using .inner HTML. Next, what we have now, we come to know how can we override. Now you have, let me do some more things so that you can understand how JavaScript works. Now here I'm going to make one button. So for making button, I'm going to use button tag. Button also have opening as well as closing tag. Inside button, I'm going to write change text. Okay, change text. Let me save this. You can see here we have a button, and inside button we write a text as a change text. We write a content as a change text. Now what I'm going to do, inside button I'm going to use some attribute as a type. What should be the type of button? It should be button only. And here I'm going to use on click. This is an event, and you will learn this event. I will tell you. On click, and inside on click I'm going to use any function with any name. I want to change this header, so here I'm going to write name change header. On click, you can understand, so whenever I click this button, it will change my heading. On click is an event. I will tell you how it works. Change header. Okay, now you come to know these all things. Okay, fine. So what here we have assigned a function call on click. Okay, here we assign what function call on click, that is change header. Now to create a function in JavaScript, we use function keyword, then function name and parenthesis. How? Let me show you. Here I'm going to create a function. This is a keyword. I will give you the keyword as well so that you can easily analyze. Now inside function keyword, what on click event we make? Change header. Copy this and paste it here. And after pasting, you have to put parenthesis. And then you have to put a curly bracket. This is a rule that you have to learn. Okay, when you do practice, then you easily remember this all thing, how to create a function. You create a call, you create a function call on click, that is change header. Now you are creating a function here inside a JavaScript, inside a script tag that we use for JavaScript only. So how we create? To create a function in JavaScript, we use function keyword. First we use function keyword. Here you can see we have a function keyword, and then function name. And what is the function name? Change header. And parenthesis, as you can see, this symbol is called parenthesis. This two curly bracket, this two round type circle we call parenthesis, and then we wrap the entire body of the function inside curly bracket. We have this curly bracket, and inside that only we are going to write our function. So what I am going to do, inside that I am going to copy this whole thing. Now what I want, it should not replace like this. Let me save it first. Okay, 1 minute. Now I am going to copy this. Now I am going to copy this whole. Now I am going to copy this whole and paste it here and remove it from here. Okay. Now what happened? It's previously it's automatically changed as a replace header. Now it will change when I click on change text button. Let me save this. Now we have an original header. As I click on change text, our text will change as a replace header. In JavaScript, you can see when we click on the button, we will navigate to a login page. Now when we click on a change text, it will change into a replace header, but it's not working. What is the reason behind it? Let's check what we do the wrong. We have a, let me double check it. We create a button and we give type as a button. After it, we make a callback function on click by name change header. Check the name as well, spelling as well. Okay. Now here we did mistake. We have to call this function as well. We are not calling this function. For calling this function, we are going to use this parenthesis, so that only we get a text change. We are not calling this function. So be remember, we have to use this parenthesis. Now when I click on it, it's also not working right now. We call this function, and after that we create a function. The name is also correct, change header. Match this spelling, okay, fine. Then we have this curly bracket. After that, what we have, we are using document dot get element by id. Inside id, what we have, heading, okay, fine, no worry. Dot inner html, and we have a replace header text, okay, fine. Let me save this file. Okay, we don't save this. Okay, now it's working fine. So in this way we can change the text. Don't forget to save the file. This is the minor mistake that we all did. Okay, so now you understand how we can create function and how we are creating this button. First of all, we have to create a simple HTML structure. Here what I'm doing, I'm taking h1 tag as a original header and give some unique id. Then I create a button as in HTML structure we are creating, and give some normal text, change text. And here the extra thing what I did, I give this on click callback function, not callback, on click function, call on click. That only I gave assign a function call on click, okay, and name as change header. Here we make a function with a function keyword and give the name change header, then use parenthesis, and for defining whole thing inside this, for that we are using curly bracket, and inside that curly bracket we are doing the same process that we are doing for changing our text before. But here what we are doing extra, we are making this function on button, and inside that we are doing the same as we are doing before, document.getElement by id, and we have to give unique id as it see heading. Inside the heading we have a original header, then it will see the on click function and it will call that only. On the call of on click only, it will change the text. So in this way you can also do practice. So this is the program to change HTML string on a button click. What you learn, let me comment it out. So here we learn program to change HTML string on button click. So here we learn program to change HTML string on button click. Now what text we have? We are going to learn program to read JavaScript stored in different file. How can we do that? Now we are using the HTML file only, and for we have to make a separate file. For that what we can do? Okay. Now we come to know how we can use JavaScript code. Now in the same way, like we are adding a CSS file inside our HTML, in the same way we are going to make a JavaScript file first. And here I am going to make first JavaScript file. So let me write first only. First script.js. and we have to add it with our index.html file. So here what I'm going to do, let me comment it out that as well. Okay, let me commenting it out. And after this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add my external script file in HTML page only, so that it should be reflect clearly. So here I'm going to use src attribute. Inside src attribute, I can add my new file, that is for script.js. Let me save this. Now you can do one thing, you can copy these all. Let me first comment it out. Okay, copy this from here and remove it, and you can paste it in your separate script.js file here. Let me save this and save this as well. It will work in the same way, like it will working in a index.html. Okay, fine. Okay, now you can see. So in this way, you can add your script, add your separate JavaScript file inside index.html only. You can use src attribute, that is source attribute, and inside source attribute, you can use your JavaScript file. So here we call the script which is located in a different file and at different folder. You can make a different folder. Here we are not making different folder. Okay, fine. We just need to provide the source to that file by giving .js extension. Like for CSS also we are using .css, and here for JavaScript extension also we are going to use .js extension, and our HTML code will behave the same as you see, as it is behaving in HTML. We can also pass a URL of a website as a source which has our script hosted, and HTML will work fine then also. So in this way you can add your separate JavaScript file. Now after this I'm going to tell you a program to write a console log. So let me tell you that as well. Now here only in this file only, let me close it. We have a heading and we are replacing our text with a replace header. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to write some console here. Console .log, and inside console.log I'm going to use double quotes, and here I'm going to write change header function has been called. Okay. Let me save this. Now console logs are written for development purposes only. It allows the developer to understand the flow of the script, whether the script is reachable or not. You can access console in your browser by going inside the inspect element. How? Click on it and here you get an inspect, and inside element, beside the element you get this option as a console. Now here what you can do, when you click on change text, you can get change header function has been called. So that's why I'm saying it is used for development purposes only. And for your own satisfaction also you can use console.log. Here you can get, like it will call for 2 times. Whenever you click the button it will tell you like change header function has been called. So from here you come to know this function is calling again and again, and text is also replacing, because we have replace header only, that's why we are seeing that text only here on our web page. So in this way you can use console.log. You can refresh it as well from here and you can check it again. Okay, now you come to know how you can use it. Let me copy this. Wait a minute. Okay, fine. Okay, we have this, and here we are trying to apply CSS. Let me remove this out. Commented, uncommented, and let me save this file and let me close this as well. And here we get a background color. Okay, everything is fine. From here we remove this our script file for a while for showing you the media query. As I told you before also, like we can use different media query for different phone view or desktop view. If we have extra small devices, for that we can, like phones, or for that we can use 600 pixel and down to that. And we have a small devices like tablets and large phone, for that we can use 600 pixel and up. And if we have a medium devices, so for that we can use 768 pixel, like we have a tablets, landscape tablets. And if we have a large devices like laptops, desktop, for that we can use 992 pixel and up. So it's work like that on the basis of your devices. Okay, so if you have a extra small devices, for that you can use max width. Here I'm going to use max width as a 400 pixel. Let me click on responsiveness. Okay. Okay, let me use here 900 pixel because we are using it on desktop view. You can also check in your desktop. For you it's working fine. After this class you can check. Okay. Okay, no need to worry. I will tell you, you can try on your desktop. It's working fine. Sometime it's happening like in system it's not working. You can check in your own. If it's working fine, then let me know. If it's not, I will tell you later on. In the next class, I will tell you why it's not working. Okay, no need to worry about that. Okay, no need to worry. You can check in your system. As per my own idea, it's working fine in your PC, in your system. You can try. If it's not working, then let me know. I will tell you in next class. So with that, now you can get an idea about how you can use JavaScript with your HTML file only, how you can make a separate file for using JavaScript, and how you can change the content. You come to know about what all thing, you know how to write comments in JavaScript, and after that you know how to write a program for writing a text in JavaScript, program to write text in JavaScript. Then you come to know overwrite a HTML string with the help of JavaScript. Then you learn how to change HTML string on a button click. Let me paste it here only, my script file. Where it is, 1 minute. Okay. Okay, here we have a JavaScript code, and when we are clicking on this, we are able to change our text. So these all things you come to know. And then you know how to use console to write a program. Basically, console is used for development purposes, and it allows the developer to understand, and even you can also use to see like it's working or not. Even in your click it's working or not. Sometimes you know what happened, text is not changing, but when we are clicking on it, the function is working fine. So by that we can understand this function is working or not. So for that purpose we can use console.log. So with that you get an idea. You get a basic idea of JavaScript. You get a basic idea of JavaScript. Okay, now you will get an attendance link. So fill your attendance by clicking on that link. And no need to worry about the Smeeder query. I will let you know in tomorrow class. With that, I'm going to over this class. Hope you may understand all those things, all the basic idea of JavaScript. You come to know how to write comment and what are data types, and you learn about 3 main data types, that is number form of data types, and then we have a string data types in which we are using alpha character. So we will continue our JavaScript class, and we will learn lots more thing about JavaScript. Okay, now fill your attendance sheet. Hello, okay, guys. This media query you can apply in your system. It's working fine. In my case, there are some bugs in my system so that it's not working. If you try in your own, then it will work fine. No need to worry about that. Last time also in position also we are facing the same issue. We are writing the same code, but it's not working for us. The reason is that only. You can try this only in your system. And then if you are facing any issue, then please let me know in the group chat. I will clear your doubts and all. So with that, now I'm going to over this class. Thank you so much.